Have you ever wondered how an electric scooter runs? If you thought batteries, you are correct. But which kind of battery and how does it work? In our model, we will use pom-poms to represent the elements in the reaction. Red pom-poms are lead, purple is hydrogen, green is oxygen, and yellow is sulfur. In a lead-acid battery, lead 4 oxide, and sulfuric acid react to form lead sulfate and water. This is a chemical reaction written out, but stop. This reaction is still unbalanced. Let's head over to the thought bubble. As you can see, there are 2 reds on the left side and 1 on the right. There are 6 oxygen on the left and 5 on the right. There are 2 hydrogen on the left side and 2 on the right, which means that the numbers that go before these have to be the same. Since there are 2 leads on the left side, a 2 has to go in front here. Now there's 2 sulfur on the right side, which means we have to add another 2 here to make the sulfur equal. Now there are 4 hydrogens on the left side, which means we have to add a 2 here to balance them out. And now with 2 leads, 2 sulfur, 10 oxygen, and 4 hydrogen on each side, the equation is balanced.
Pb, or lead, is a singular atom in this chemical reaction and does not have a bond. PbO2, also known as lead 4 oxide, contains a lead cation with a charge of positive 4 and 2 oxygen anions with each a charge of negative 2. This is an ionic compound. H2SO4, also known as sulfuric acid, contains 2 hydrogen cations with each a charge of positive 1 and 1 polyatomic ion, SO4 or sulfate, which has a charge of negative 2. This is an ionic compound and is shown twice in this chemical reaction. Lead sulfate, or PbSO4, is an ionic compound that contains lead and the polyatomic ion sulfate. H2O, more commonly known as water, is a covalent compound that contains 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. How exactly does the battery make electricity with these elements? In the lead battery, there is an anode, which is a type of spongy lead. There is a cathode on the right, which is lead 4 oxide. The substance that surrounds the 2 pillars is the electrolytes, which is H2O plus H2SO4, or in other words, diluted sulfuric acid. Between the 2 plates is a separator, an absorbed glass mat or AGM, which absorbs the battery acid so it is not free-flowing in the liquid. It also helps more electrolytes come into contact with the lead plates and cushions the battery against knocks. In the electrolyte, the battery is going to use 2 H2SO4s. They are going to go through decomposition chemical reaction, and 1 SO4 will head toward the Pb pillar. It will give up its electrons and form a bond with Pb. The electrons will then climb up to the load and charge it, and then go back down into the cathode. The cathode is able to produce 2 water molecules and 1 lead sulfate molecule with the electrons it has received. These are the chemical reactions that are happening at each station while producing electricity in the lead acid battery.